Okay, for complex fractions, I actually want to identify where the original fraction bar is first. So I will do that. Because they're a complex fraction, you need to identify where that is so that you can see what you're doing. Now I'm just going to simplify this numerator first. So here's what I want to do on this. I'm going to write this numerator down. 14 over x minus 5 plus 7. I'm going to put the 7 over a 1. Okay, and I'm going to put this x minus 5 in parentheses like this. Okay, so to simplify this, what I do is I go ahead and put the bottom together, multiply it. X minus 5 times 1 is just x minus 5. Cross multiply the top. 14 times 1 is 14. I have a plus in the middle. Now this 7 has to go with everything. So 7 times x is 7x. And 7 times negative 5 is negative 35. Okay. So that, I know what 14 take away 35 is. I can go ahead and do that. So 14 take away 35 is a negative 21. And then I've got my plus 7x here over x minus 5. That's the numerator. Now I'm going to do the denominator. 10 over x minus 5 plus 5 over 1, because you want everything to be a fraction to do this. Multiply the bottom. X minus 5 times 1 is just x minus 5. Cross multiply the top. 1 times 10 is 10. Plus in the middle. 5 times x is 5x. And 5 times negative 5 is negative 25. So now what I'm going to do is put my 10 and my negative 25 together and get negative 15 plus 5x over x minus 5. So I have my numerator and my denominator. So I'm going to rewrite that as a complex fraction. And my numerator, I can factor out a 7. I can divide 21 and 7 by 7. So let's go ahead and do that. So 7, negative 21 divided by 7 is negative 3, plus 7 and an x. You took the 7 out, so that's an x, over the family of x minus 5. Sorry, I'm thinking ahead. I don't want to do that yet. So forget that I did that. Let's just write it down like it is. Sorry about that. Negative 21 plus 7x. You really don't want to factor until the very last step. Over negative 15 plus 5x over x minus 5. Those are my two fractions. Now, the outside goes on the top. So I'm going to put these binomials in parentheses. So I have negative 21 plus 7x and a family of x minus 5. And the inside goes on the bottom. And again, binomials need to go in parentheses. So I have x minus 5 and negative 15 plus 5x. Well, I can automatically see that x minus 5 on the top cancels with x minus 5 on the bottom. But these other binomials can be factored, so I will factor them at this point. So like I said before, I'll take a 7 out of the first one. So negative 21 divided by 7 is negative 3 plus 7 times x. You take the 7 out, you've got the x left over. And on the denominator, I can divide 15 and 5 by 5, so let's do that. Negative 15 divided by 5 is negative 3 plus sign, a 5 and an x. I took the 5 out, so that's an x left over. Now you can see this family cancels. So all that work, and my final answer is 7 over 5. There aren't any variables left in my answer. Okay, for the next one, I'm going to do the numerator first. So 9 over 1 minus 2 over x plus 2, putting that in family in the parentheses. Okay. Multiply the bottom. 1 times x plus 2 is x plus 2. Cross multiply the top. 9 times x is 9x. 9 times 2 is a positive 18. Minus, okay, this is like a negative 2 that I'm distributing. Got to be careful with negatives. So negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Now, I know what 18 take away 2 is. So that's 9x plus 16 over x plus 2. And I always put binomials in parentheses. Okay, in the denominator, I have 11 over x plus 2 minus 2 over 1. Multiply the bottom. X plus 2 times 1 is x plus 2. Cross multiply. 11 times 1 is 11. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times 2 is negative 4. So 11 take away 4 is 7 minus 2x over x plus 2. So this is the numerator, and this is the denominator. So let me go ahead and write that out. Okay, numerator. 9x plus 16 over x plus 2, and then my denominator is 7 minus 2x over x plus 2. Okay, so outside on the top, 9x plus 16 and x plus 2. Inside on the bottom, x plus 2, 7 minus 2x. Okay, x plus 2 cancels with x plus 2. 9 and 16 don't have anything in common that I can divide them by, and neither do 7 and negative 2. So my final answer is what's left. So I've got a family of 9x plus 16 and a family of 7 minus 2x, and that's the answer to that one. Okay, and this next one, my numerator, here, let me make that a little bit darker. I've got x over 1 minus 30 over x plus 7. So I'm going to multiply the bottom. 1 times x plus 7 is x plus 7. Cross multiply the top. X times x is x squared, and x times 7 is a positive 7x. And then the other direction, this is negative 30 times 1, so that's minus 30. Okay, on the next one, in the denominator, I've got 1 over 1 plus 3 over x plus 7. 1 times x plus 7 is x plus 7. 1 times x is x. 1 times 7 is 7. And 3 times 1 is 3. So that is equal to x plus 10 over x plus 7. So my numerator is x squared plus 7x minus 30. over x plus 7. My denominator is x plus 10 over x plus 7. So outside on the top, so x squared plus 7x minus 30, and this is a rare time where I'm actually going to take the parentheses away from the binomial because I'm going to have some like terms I can put together here. My inside actually, you know what? I don't know why I said that. That's being multiplied, so I can't do that. Okay, so minus 30. Let's put that in parentheses so I don't confuse myself later. And then family of x plus 7. Inside goes on the bottom, so I have a family of x plus 7 over x plus 10. X plus 7's cancel. Okay, so for my trinomial, let's see if I can factor it. The factor of 30 that when I subtract them equals 7. Factors of 30. 30 divided by 1 is 30. 30 divided by 2 is 15. 30 divided by 3 is 10. So yeah, when I subtract 10 and 3, I get 7. That means this trinomial can be factored. So I'm going to make two sets of parentheses, going to split up my x's. I'm going to bring this first sign down into the first one and figure out how to get to the second sign. So what I do is I make this little triangle here and I cross off what was in the original problem, a plus and a minus. That tells me what comes over here. Okay, so we said the factors of 30 when we subtract them equals 7 are 10 times 3. You always want the biggest one first. Okay, that's that trinomial factored. In the denominator we had x plus 10, so those cancel. So my final answer is the family of x minus 3. That's all that's left.